Frank, you know I trust you.
Sure.
And you understand that if you say something and if I ask you a question about it, it's not because I'm doubting your word.
What's the question, Da?
Now, you had a conversation with Mary the other day, and she came to me about it. Now, not in any sense because she wanted to talk about you behind your back, but she was troubled. And what she had to say troubled me.
You want to ask me why I'm not going to file the claim for the insurance money?
Now, look, Frank, if the $6,500 was yours, if it was stolen in the emergency room from your things, and if the hospital admits liability, you got a right to file a claim.
Dad, I'm going to have to tell you what I told Mary and Delia. It was my money, honestly saved and earned. But I can't file a claim for it. And I can't explain why. I just have to ask you to go on trusting me for the time being.
Something's wrong.
But it's going to be all right.
Now I know how Mary felt.
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean it like that. All right, Frank, maybe we crowd each other a little too much in this family. Maybe we all ought to stand back and give each other a little more elbow room.
Dad, it's not that. Listen, I want to tell you. I just can't.
Well, is there anything Mary or I can do?
Just try to understand that I don't like this any better than you do.
Well, what worries me is what Jack Finelli is going to try and make of it.
Does that sound reasonable to you?
Darling, I've been in the insurance business for 10 years, and I've never known anyone not to file a legitimate claim.
Let me give you a little more on it. The guy falls down the hospital staircase. They take him to the ER, where a nurse finds $6,500 in an envelope in his pocket. In the confusion, someone steals the money. The hospital's liable, but the guy won't file a claim. Why?
He's so rich, it doesn't matter.
Nope, it was his life savings.
He's crazy.
Try again.
Seriously, Jack, the only thing I can think of is that somehow the claim isn't legitimate and he doesn't want to get involved in a fraud.
Are you sure the money was stolen?
Lisa, you are a woman of keen intelligence.
You mean you love me for my mind?
I love everything about you.
Promises, promises.
See you soon.
Oh, sure.
And, thanks a lot.
Finally with the man she loves. This week,
You don't belong here.
his ex could be a problem.
I haven't told Ryan.
Oh my God, Madison's pregnant?
I have a decision to make.
What's the decision and what does it have to do with me?
Watch All My Children, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 8 on SoapNet. An abusive father is murdered, but was it the son with the motive?
I'm standing up to you.
Or the man who wants justice?
My dad was like you. He's dead now, and you will be too.
Then she's having his baby.
Please don't tell him.
Don't you think John deserves to know?
Watch One Life to Live, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
Swiffer WetJet absorbs and traps so much dirt, you'll never go back to your old mop.
Hey, Mop! Want to suck up dirt and grime like Swiffer WetJet? Then try the Absorb-A-Straw! Now you're getting it!
Sorry, Mop, but Swiffer Wet Jet has a dirt-dissolving solution and super absorbent pads that trap and lock dirty water deep inside the gradient core, while mops can just spread it around. Swiffer cleans better or your money back.
Blinded me with science!
See these lashes? I don't just volumize, I millionize.
New Voluminous Million Lashes from L'Oreal.
Watch this.
Our millionizing brush has a multitude of bristles for a multitude of lashes, and the Clean Sweep Wiper removes excess mascara, no overload, and no clumps.
Lashes look so multiplied, so clean. Proof is in the pop.
Maxed up, multiplied out. Voluminous Million Lashes, new from L'Oreal.
Don't just volumize your lashes, millionize them, because you're worth it.
Introducing SodaStream, the revolutionary home soda maker that lets you turn water into fresh, sparkling water and soda in seconds. No lugging bottles and cans from the store, no storage space needed, and no empties to recycle or throw away. SodaStream is quick and easy to use. Fill SodaStream's carbonating bottle with cold water. Secure it to your home soda maker. Then press the carbonating button a few times to add the fizz. Enjoy your fresh glass of sparkling water, or add a capful of SodaStream's concentrated soda mix to the carbonating bottle and shake gently to create a refreshing glass of your favorite flavor. SodaStream offers a wide variety of regular and diet soda mix flavors.
Tastes exactly like Diet Coke.
Tastes exactly like what I paid a lot of money for.
That's amazing.
So stop lugging, storing, and throwing away cans and bottles and start saving money every day. SodaStream, a smarter way to enjoy sparkling water and soda.
Come on in. Seneca, what's the matter?
I just came from Nell's. I want to tell you what happened. And then I want you to tell me whether or not it's time to stop playing games.
You know, don't you, that you're really putting me on the spot.
I understand. But that may not be the most important consideration. You listen, then you decide.
Okay.
I was waiting for Nell when she came in this morning. I wanted to tell her without losing my temper, without crowding her, just how frustrating this whole thing has been for me. I miss her, I want her back, but there's something in the way, and I can't get around it because I don't know what it is. Now, I think you know. I assume Coleridge knows. I'm odd man out. I told Nell that you and I spent some time together last night, and that at one point, you said some things without realizing it. She didn't have a chance to respond to that, Bucky, because just then she got a terrible, terrible headache.
Headache?
Yeah, Bucky. It was a headache. Now, wait a minute. Coleridge saw her right away. I assume he treated it. He wouldn't answer any questions.
Where's she now?
Well, I guess she's still lying down in her office.
Well, he didn't admit her to the hospital or anything? I mean, as a patient?
No. Should he have, Bucky?
I don't know.
All right, now, I want to go back to what you said last night. You said she needs me. You said I'd understand if I saw those x-rays. What x-rays, Bucky?
All right, Seneca, listen. I was out of it last night because of Faith and everything else that happened yesterday, and I had no business drinking because I was dead tired to begin with. I said something I shouldn't have said, but I'm not going to say anything more. You understand?
I was hoping that you'd understand that maybe you're not doing Nell any favors.
Come on, Seneca, that's not fair. I mean, I'm right in the middle of this. Now, she told me something I know she doesn't want repeated. And I'm not going to discuss it with anyone else until she says differently. Look, I'm not sure any longer if I'm doing the right thing. But it's the only thing I can do if I ever expect her to trust me again. And believe me, she needs someone she can trust.
All right. Look, can I ask you one more question?
Sure, I may not be able to answer it, though.
Do you have any idea just why she doesn't want me to know whatever it is?
No. And I spent a lot of time trying to figure that out. Hey, look, will you excuse me now? I think I gotta go see how she is.
Yeah, sure. Bucky.
Yeah?
Look, I know you're on the spot, and I won't do this to you again. I guess, as far as Nell's concerned, the best thing is to just leave her alone.
Well, I think she'd appreciate that.
That doesn't mean I don't intend to find out what's going on, Bucky.
Miss Morris.
Mr. Finelli, we haven't seen you for a while.
Well, I haven't been winning many popularity contests in Riverside these days. How's Frank Ryan?
He's improving steadily.
Glad to hear it. Any objection to visitors?
Not by me.
Good. I'd like to see him for a minute.
Mr. Finelli, why don't I ask Mr. Ryan if he wants to see you? Mr. Ryan.
Yes, ma'am.
Jack Finelli's here. Are you up to that, or shall I get rid of him?
Well, thanks for the consideration, but I think I should see him, see what he wants, Miss Morris.
Well, don't waste a lot of energy on him.
I won't. Thanks.
All right, Mr. Finelli.
Thank you. Miss Morris, you sure you don't want to search me?
That's not necessary, Mr. Finelli. I don't think.
She's so good looking. Wonder why she always makes me think of barbed wire and searchlights. Thanks for getting me in.
I was curious.
I hear you're coming along all right.
That's what they say.
And Charlie Ferris and local boys have decided to continue your support.
That's right.
Bob Reed and your sister are up here executing a perfect little textbook campaign.
You've kept in touch.
Well, I haven't quite finished the story.
Oh?
I've still got all those questions with no answers. Your sister's got the whole thing mixed up with our relationship, so until I can convince her I'm not persecuting you, she's not speaking to me.
I see.
A couple of things turned up in the last 2 days make me think that I got off on the wrong track. That $6,500 really was your own money, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Answer a couple more questions and I'll leave you alone.
Questions about what?
The money came from your retirement fund from the police force.
That's right.
While you were a cop, were you able to save much beyond that money?
No, most of my available cash went into law school.
So that $6,500 represented your life savings in a very real sense?
Yes.
Why'd you take it out of the bank?
Needed it for some campaign expenses.
Printer's bill, I think you said.
Yes, among other things.
Were those bills paid?
Yes.
Out of what?
We had 5 or 6 weeks operating expenses in our campaign account. We took it out of that.
Which would leave you a little short.
There's never enough money for a political campaign.
So here you are. Wife and a baby, facing a load of medical bills, operating a campaign on nickel and dime contributions from the neighborhood.
That's about it.
So why didn't you file an insurance claim for the $6,500, Frank?
Jill told me that you might be interested in that.
Why didn't you file?
For 1 or 2 very good reasons, which I don't intend to share with you.
Because it wasn't taken from the emergency room and you have the money?
Nope.
Because you know who has the money. That's it, isn't it? You know where it is, and your conscience or your good sense won't let you get mixed up in an insurance fraud.
That's enough, Finelli. You can leave now.
Not when we're just starting to get somewhere. Who's got the money, Frank?
Get out of here, Finelli.
It was some kind of payoff, wasn't it? I mean, not to you, by you, right?
You really don't care how you get a story, do you? You would come into a hospital and torment a sick man by asking a lot of questions, all in the name of truth. Well, let me tell you that the truth is that you have been cruel and irresponsible to Frank Ryan. And I would do anything to be able to pick you up and bodily throw you out that door.
Two strangers.
I'm Luke.
Natalie.
One passion.
What is it that you love about dance?
Everything you need to know is in my dancing.
Everything.
Now, every choice.
We're gearing up for the World Jam. The biggest battle ever.
Every challenge.
Everything we had was real.
Brings them one step closer.
We've come way too far to stop now. Dance with me.
Step up and grab it on Blu-ray 3D Combo Pack Tuesday, December 21st.
If you're not using a Kodak printer, your printer may be using you. Switch to Kodak and stop overpaying for inkjet printer ink. Get $100 off a Kodak ESP 7250 printer at these retailers.
Can we turn the AC up? I'm dying back here.
Jeff, eat a Snickers, please.
Why?
Every time you get hungry, you turn into a diva.
A diva?
Yes, a diva.
Okay.
Thank you. Better?
You're not you when you're hungry.
Better.
Snickers satisfies.
Express yourself.
The newest seasonal flavors are here.
Express yourself.
Because coffee is like the holidays. It's better when you add your flavor. Coffee Mate from Nestle.
Someone's feeling better.
Pediacare, relied on by moms and pediatricians to help kids feel better.
Beginning Wednesday, December 29th, a perfect day becomes a perfect nightmare.
Oh, God. Mom!
Morgan! We need a doctor!
I'm not gonna let you go.
General Hospital.
What now?
Bucky. Do you know I was wishing for you?
Sorry I woke you up.
I wasn't really asleep.
Are you all right?
I think so. How did you know I wanted to see you?
Well, it wasn't exactly telepathy. Seneca told me what happened. Why are you here all by yourself?
I started to feel much better a little while ago, so I sent the nurse away. Bucky, it was so strange.
When Seneca said headache, it scared me right out of my socks.
I was frightened.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, that's the first time you said that.
I think it's the first time I really felt afraid.
You're sure it's okay?
Certain. If one of the aneurysms were leaking, then nothing would stop the pain. Ed gave me 2 codeine about 30 minutes ago, and they started to work right away.
Is your neck sore?
No. You've been doing your homework.
Well, let's say I've acquired more than a passing interest on the subject of aneurysm these days. Was it a migraine?
Bucky, I don't know what it was, except I've never had a headache like that before in my life. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it was psychosomatic.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't either for someone else, but, well, that isn't like you.
What is like me, though? I'm not at all sure anymore. Though I guess wandering around knowing that you could die at any minute has got to make you a little bit odd.
Don't do that. I don't know what to say. I can't joke about it.
Oh, Bucky. I love you so much. That's why I wanted to see you. To tell you that. When I realized I wasn't dying after all, I started to make a list of things to be done immediately. Reassuring, isn't it? To know that you're compulsive right to the very end. And one of the first things was to try to tell you to somehow make you understand how very dear and special you are to me, and how much I have loved you and do love you, and how glad I am that you're around right now.
Oh. Thank you.
Okay. I won't do this to you again.
Well, I have something I want to say to you. But I'm afraid it's going to make you mad.
I'll try and see.
That's a question. Given the circumstances and the fact that Seneca isn't going to go away, and you know he's going to keep hanging in there until he finds out what's going on, wouldn't it just be easier to tell him and get it over with?
Easier for him, maybe.
I'm afraid he's pretty close to it now. What's more, I'm afraid it's my fault.
Yes, I understand you told him more than you intended to last night.
I'm sorry, I really am. The thing is, I don't know what I said. It had something to do with the x-rays.
Oh, never mind, Bucky. I'm beginning to be fatalistic about it. I've done everything I can, and if he finds out, he finds out, that's all. I'm not going to tell him.
He's really worried.
I don't want to hear about it. I've wasted an endless amount of my life worrying about him. So maybe we're even. Anyway, what's really troubling him is that he isn't controlling the situation.
Well, maybe, but...
No buts. The last few months haven't been the happiest I've ever spent, but they've certainly been the most tranquil time I've had in years. The thing about Seneca is he demands so much. He costs so much. And I've never learned how to say no to him. He gets around me every time. I don't feel dependent on him right now. I've got my work to do, and I have a nice, secure place here, and everything is quiet and orderly. And I can face giving all of that up, and it doesn't frighten me too much, but...
Go on.
Well, I'm not sure what I was going to say.
You were going to say that if you and Seneca were together again, it would make dying more real and more painful for you. Because you wouldn't want to leave him. Once Seneca knows, it means you're really going to have to face it yourself. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Next, take a trip to the Upper West Side on Ryan's Hope. Later, spend some time in Genoa City with the Young and the Restless. Only on SoapNet.
Choices, they are life's constant. But when life doesn't turn out the way you hope...
Something awful is going to happen.
Am I dead? Did you ever really have a choice?
No one gets to see their future. The shocking new season begins.
I need to know!
Being Erica premieres Wednesday, January 26th at 11 on SoapNet.
Tomorrow, it's big at the View, and we mean big. People are looking up to Jack Black. He's in the modern take on a classic tale, Gulliver's Travels.
I'm Gulliver.
With him is Lilliput and Jason Segel. Then on Wednesday, Gulliver's love interest, Amanda Peet. Live on The View on ABC.
One A Day VitaCraves, a complete adult multivitamin in a gummy to support energy, immunity, and your inner child. One A Day VitaCraves, multivitamin gummies for grown-ups.
We try to be perfect. We pretend high heels don't hurt and that we can handle anything life throws at us. But there are times that we need a moment to remember. We're only human.
That's more than enough.
Your moment, your Dove.
The smell of freshly juiced wheatgrass and hand-pressed shirts.
Whatever scents fill your household, Purina Tidy Cat Scoop helps neutralize odors in multiple cat homes. Purina Tidy Cat Scoop. Keep your home smelling like home.
Pillsbury holiday cookies in just 3 ingredients. Start with cookie dough. Add frosting. Then sprinkles. Fun, easy.
Wow!
At Pillsbury.com.
Go to SoapNet.com to sign up for the weekly SoapNet newsletter, the source for all the latest soap news. Enjoy a weekly email with links to photo galleries of your favorite stars, cast comings and goings, storyline sneak peeks, fun quizzes, and the scoop on special events. Sign up now at SoapNet.com. They thought they'd concealed their love affair.
Daniel's not the only one who knows.
But when the truth comes out...
So you think that Philip cheated on Melanie?
I know he did.
Can Philip convince Daniel to keep his secret?
I made one mistake.
Watch Days of Our Lives, weeknights at 6 and 11 on SoapNet. Who's coming and who's going? SoapNet has the status update on your favorite stars. You know her as General Hospital's Emily and Rebecca, but now Natalia Livingston is moving to Salem on Days of Our Lives.
How can I stay away?
On One Life to Live, Brandon Buddy is saying so long.
This is the right thing to do.
While Terry Colombino is Landview's newest resident.
That is amazing.
Daniel Cosgrove returns to All My Children as Scott Chandler.
Come here often?
And General Hospital fans can now catch Tristan Rogers on The Young and the Restless.
That's a bonus.
Keep up with the latest status updates on SoapNet. People are talking about General Hospital's Lucky and Siobhan. D. Hunter Roscoe posted on Facebook, "Finally a love for Lucky. He and Siobhan are great together." Charlotte May adds, "This is great. I hope it works out for these two." Laura Bruno says, "Men are always sexier when they're happy and in love." And Lori McPherson Draper sums it all up. "They are just the cutest couple. Way to go, GH. I love this storyline." People are talking about General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
I don't know who let you in here, but I want you to leave now. And don't come back.
We're just getting to the good part. I think your friend Mr. Ryan knows exactly what happened to his $6,500, which is why he didn't file his insurance claim.
Look, I don't care about his claim or your story. I don't care about any of it. I just want you out of here.
That's not very friendly.
Jack, everybody that cares about Frank agrees that you have worn out your welcome here at Riverside.
Some people care more about Frank than others.
Are you leaving? Or do I have to call security?
Oh, I'll go. Frank, if you decide you want to talk some more, let me know.
I don't think we have much to say to each other, Finelli.
Jack, I meant what I said. Stay away from him.
What's going on between you and Frank Ryan, anyway?
Nothing that you'd understand. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for him to see me lose my temper. Look, how long has he been in here, anyway?
Long enough. I was even more glad to see you than usual, if that's possible.
Oh, Frank. I just took a chance on coming down here, only because I knew that Dee was still down at the headquarters.
What was she doing there?
Oh, writing letters from the candidate's wife. And put out because Bob gave me an assignment which I didn't really choose to share with her.
What was that?
Standing in for you on a cable TV interview. Mainly about the money crisis.
Hey, that's great. When?
Tomorrow. What's the matter?
The thought of what Dee could do to New York City's budget. They think they got problems now.
You listen. I'm really pleased that I can make an appearance for Frank Ryan. I mean, for once, I can stand up there, talk about you, and nobody can think twice about it or ask any questions.
Miss Morris.
Yes, Mr. Finelli?
Is Frank allowed unlimited visitors these days?
The hospital hasn't had to regulate that. Mr. Ryan's family has asked that visitors be restricted.
Who sees him outside his immediate family?
Well, why do you want to know?
Well, tell you the truth, I was trying to pin one on Jill Coleridge.
Well, I don't understand.
She's an old friend as well as the best lawyer I know. I want her to help me with an insurance problem. And she says she's so involved in Frank's campaign, she can't handle it.
Well, I'm inclined to believe that. She's in to see Mr. Ryan two or three times a day.
Is that right? Okay, Miss Morris. Thanks a lot.
In Port Charles, revenge is a priority, relationships are disposable, and good medical care is a necessity. Keep up with this fast-paced city with an all-new episode of General Hospital, weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.